So this is video 3 on building a biker scout of the CS kit. This is going to be talking about the belt. So this is the belt that I've made. I've seen a lot of biker scouts that prefer to use the method with the thermal detonator or the TD on the back, where it's attached with hooks like that, and it just kind of slides onto the back of your belt. I don't like that method because I've seen way too many troopers that have gone to events where there's kids or a birthday party or something, and a little kid comes up and just takes it, and then it's gone, or they could damage it or whatever. I personally like building all of my scouts in such a fashion that they're really durable, so they can get knocked around, nothing is loose, nothing can be pulled off really easily, so they'll last a long time. Like, I've had my biker scout for going 5 years to present, and it still is fun. I've never had any issues, and I can do a lot of stuff in that scout. Great mobility in biker scout. So I'm going to show you how to do it my method, which is, I believe, the preferred method when putting this together if you get the instructions with it. Don't have to worry about anybody coming up on you and grabbing your TD. It's not going to go anywhere. So for your belt, and in my opinion, the hardest piece that you're going to have to build on the biker scout is the belt. Belt pieces. You have the front piece here, and you have the boxes on either side, and you have what's called the thigh boxes, these pieces here. So when you get them, obviously you're going to want to, if you need to cut them down, cut them down here on the sides so that you can shape it to your body. You also want to heat gun it if this needs any bending with the heat gun. Make sure you do all that with your pieces before you even jump to the next part. If you're like me, where you're female and you're really small and you're petite, there is a tutorial, I believe it's somewhere on bikerscout.net, for 5'5" small females to build biker scouts, and it's a great website. It just shows you how to do everything, to severely downsize everything if you're short and tiny. So that's a good site to go to. She also talks about how to make biker scout gloves for those of you that are against or have allergies or whatever, where you can't wear leather, because the gloves are made of leather. So if you can't wear leather, she does explain how to make them yourself so that you're not wearing any animal products if you're one of those people. On the inside here, usually he'll give you a 2-inch webbing, looks like this. For this gentleman, I had to go out and buy a 2-inch elastic so that it would fit. You want it to, be the same length as this if you can. So you go out and you buy your white elastic and you measure it to your waist, like that. And then you figure out where all of your rivets are going to go. You also want to make sure that you have it in the middle of the cross here. So when you're riveting it all down, or you have to take a Dremel and you have to make holes. So you have to, it's good to have 2 holes here on either side, there, and on these pieces, 1 on either end. And obviously when you're going around riveting the your belt piece to this piece, you need to paint white on the inside. So here's the belt from the inside. So inside here, I'm going to sew these kind of like folded over so that they can't pull through, which also means that you do need to cut holes, same as you did on the arm pieces, little slits on either side down here. Usually they're supposed to go in here, but somebody else worked on this kit before it was handed to me, so they did do some things wrong, and I'm just given the kit to fix them. So then you have that piece, and then you have to, you take your white elastic and you you get 4 small buckles, and those are for the thigh pieces, or thigh boxes here on either side. So you sew it down, this piece, and it comes through, again, cut slits on either side, make sure they're long enough, and it'll go through on the inside of the thigh box, come back out, another buckle, and this piece can just be sewn onto the end of the belt here, just because. So if you ever need to take this off, obviously, and it'll come off. The ends of your pieces here, I've done it this way because it was kind of a funky situation. The bigger buckle gets attached to the end here. So you have the bigger buckle attached on either side, and then your thigh boxes. You also want to make sure these are all rounded down and everything like that. When you are measuring this distance here, you want to make sure that the thigh boxes are pretty high up close to the belt. They do not sit like really far down on the body. So look at screen caps of the movie, if you need a reference, but you'll see that they actually sit up fairly close on the body to the belts. They don't hang way down, you know, because I've seen a lot of biker scouts where they have the thigh boxes way too low. They should be they're actually pretty high. So use movie stills just to be on the safe side if you're confused. When you get your buckle here, sometimes they come with 2 holes dremeled into it here and here. If it does not, use your Dremel and make holes going all the way through. This should not affect your ability to put the 3-prong in there and buckle it closed. You have, they give you this tube, I forget what it's called, and the caps. So you glue on the caps, you know, D6000 for those. So you glue the caps on, and then this piece that makes up the TD, so it goes in, this goes on top. There should be 2 holes right here. If there are not, Dremel them. Once you've drilled 2 holes, you want to use a black zip tie, it has to be black, to attach this piece to this piece, and you just, you know, pull it on, zip tie, and cut it off. There. So you don't have this big thing hanging out. And then once you've dremeled 2 holes into your buckle, you zip tie it to the tube here and pull through and cut it off. So now this is all really attached to this piece. You want to have your TD greeblies here. SC does make these. You can order them separately. Make sure you have them on the right way, tabs down and circle to the right. If we're looking straight at the back of the biker scout like this. So it's a really easy mistake to make this and then accidentally attach it this way. Just make sure you have it this way. Again, use reference pictures. So this is like perma attached to the buckle here. So then, when you're trooping, all you gotta do is put it together on yourself. Granted, difficult to do with one hand. Like that. And now, you could be trooping, and that's not gonna go anywhere. So nobody can come up and grab that. If somebody comes up and grabs you like that, it's more likely that they'll pull your entire body backwards than this coming off. So that's the basics of how to build your scout.